what I get for eating Keith's hot chili before sex.
Oh, my God.
So, is that on? Oh,
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I know it's on. So what do you guys got for waiver wire ads?
Oh my God! You know what? I made a call earlier at the beginning of the season that Marlon Mack would probably be starting by week 5 or week 6, and I freaking cut him in our league to pick up a backup quarterback, and now I'm gonna have problems getting him back probably. But Marlon Mack looked good, 9 carries for 91 yards and a touchdown. Could have had 2 touchdowns in that game.
Yeah, he looks real good.
I have a. I'm not gonna. Some tight end for San Francisco that Amber doesn't need to know about.
Okay.
Who also had a pretty good game that same game. George Kittle. I like Elijah McGuire still. He had a rough game against Cleveland, but Cleveland's
the
got
Jets.
running back. Jets running back. He had a rough game against Cleveland. But Cleveland has a pretty good defensive side against the run. I can't remember who are the Jets playing this week. They're playing somebody a little bit easier.
I don't know.
Titans? Was it Titans? Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I don't have it.
Alfred Morris, depending on the ruling on the suspension of Ezekiel Elliott, might be a good pickup.
Yeah.
And I was telling Daniel earlier, I think maybe the NFL goes ahead with the suspension just to take the freaking camera and the spotlight off the whole kneeling issue for just a little bit. Something else to talk about.
Didn't Jerry Jones said on Sunday he's going to suspend any player that kneels for the national anthem.
Yeah.
Well, how do you kneel a week ago with your team, that little PR stunt, and then tell your team they have to now?
He kneeled before the anthem, and then they stood for the anthem.
But he still allowed it.
I don't know.
I mean, if he's not, I don't know.
I think he was kneeling at that point just to respect what they were trying to say, but now he's like saying, "Don't do it on my watch during the anthem."
And I saw a notification on Sunday off somebody's phone that said Colin Kaepernick said, "I won't kneel during the national anthem anymore if I get to play in the NFL again." Did you guys see that?
I heard that, but I heard that it was falsified reports. It was fake news. Hashtag fake news on that.
Yeah.
So, fucking CNN. Why are you doing that again?
I don't think it was a CNN alert because it was on Amber's phone. So it's probably Facebook news or something, which is the reason Donald Trump's president anyway. Because of goddamn millennials and their Facebook news.
I mentioned Roger Lewis Jr. though for the wide receiver for the Giants. He might be the only option at wide receiver this week. You never know. So,
jeez, they're gonna have to put cornerbacks out there to catch balls.
Eli Manning will be throwing to himself, and he'll still throw interceptions.
Daniel, what do you got?
Oh, I didn't have too many. I had a Brian Hoyer. If you got Dak Prescott or Andy Dalton or Russell Wilson on bye or all the other guys, Brian Hoyer has actually put up 26 plus fantasy points through the last 3 weeks. I mean,
they're usually
he's not a sexy pick, but
it's not sexy, but it has teeth.
But yep, that's right. I picked him and Javarius Allen, the running back for the Ravens. I like him. I had also Roger Lewis for the Giants. I mean, they're digging in the barrel. You know,
but if you're desperate for, you have a couple wide receivers starting.
Yeah, he's probably going to be number 1 or number 2 guy.
He'll get looks. He might not get catches.
I mean, maybe Sterling Shepard starts, so he'll probably be number 2 guy. I'm not sure about Brandon Marshall this hour. So those are some of my pickups.
Yeah, we'll have to keep up to date on the health of the other Giants receivers. I have tight end Nick O'Leary for the Bills. He's been catching a lot of passes, but now he's going to be the number 1 tight end. That's Jack Nicklaus's nephew, by the way, the Golden Bears' nephew. So from Florida State. I don't know. Then I have Wayne Gallum from the running back for the Giants. He had a pretty good game last week. I picked him up last week, and because Paul Perkins just sucks. So and Wayne's done really well. They're starting to run the ball again. The Giants usually don't run the ball. And then I have running back Matt Breida from the 49ers.
Well, with the receiving core, the Giants are going to have to run the ball, though.
Yeah, it's another good reason to pick him up. But Matt Breida is a guy that came in for Carlos Hyde because of his bad hip flexor, and now they're just giving the ball, just give it to the hot hand. So he's a guy they say you should definitely be owned in all 12-person leagues. So
Right on.
I'm gonna have to look into that.
What are your stardoms, Daniel?
Stardoms, Phillip Rivers versus the Raiders.
Check.
Ooh, yeah.
I don't think Alex Smith's going to have too good of a game against Pittsburgh like he did this week, so they'll probably hand off the ball a little bit more to Kareem Hunt. Yeah. So I really only had 2 this week, but I think those are kind of some starters. Kareem Hunt, you think, okay, he's been a starter every week, but this week was a little bit more of a rougher
Yeah.
week for him.
You talked about Deshaun Watson with me too, and that's against the Cleveland Browns. He's definitely. I mean, Jesus, he threw for 270 yards and 5 touchdowns
points in my league.
Yeah.
I also like Brian Hoyer. We were talking about him going against the Redskins. I think that's going to be a shootout. I think Brian Hoyer and hell, if you got Terrell Pryor, like I have him on my team, and I was going to bench him, but I'm like, well, you know what? He might be a good look this week because it might be a lot of yards passing on both sides. Which I also Jordan Reed is back for the Redskins, and he's healthy after sitting an off week, so he'll probably do pretty well. And I mentioned Phillip Rivers too. So
What about some?
I did write down how you started the
that's fine. We got plenty to start.
Yeah, you guys covered it.
And Sidham's, oh man, you're gonna have to find out tomorrow. But I think the ruling is Tuesday. But Ezekiel Elliott could be out for a few games if it goes through. Like I said before, look at Alfred Morris. Hell, handcuff him. If you got Ezekiel Elliott on your team, you should have him handcuffed.
You should already have him to protect yourself.
Jared Goff versus
Is Alfred Morris the backup for sure, or is it the other guy?
No, it's Alfred Morris.
Oh, okay.
Jared Goff versus Jacksonville. I mean, Brent Roethlisberger looked like shit against him, and Jared Goff was
did.
A good quarterback against.
Oh, Jacksonville defense is for real.
And then, like you mentioned,
I don't have him in any league anymore, though.
Alex Smith versus Pittsburgh defense. Pittsburgh defense has only given up 3 touchdowns passing and have converted 5 interceptions on the opposing quarterbacks with only 140 yards average passing against them a game. Yep. Blake Bortles probably doesn't help that either, even though their defense at Jacksonville did the work for him.
Yeah.
Only other guy I'd add to that's probably Amari Cooper for the Raiders. It's just
a sit?
Yeah, it's a sit.
Man.
Yeah. David Carr's injured, or Derek Carr. I keep saying David Carr. Derek Carr's injured, but it doesn't fucking matter who's throwing.
No, I don't know what is it a slump or what?
Yeah, and he was a lot better last year.
Yeah,
people took him high.
Crabtree's getting everything this year. It's annoying.
Yeah, I guess Crabtree never lost that step that he was supposed to lose a couple years ago.
Oh shit. So that's about it. So we will return next week.
Yep.
Day before Halloween. We'll probably have it out around Halloween. So
right on.
So yeah.
Reed wants your running backs.
All right, guys, take it easy.